What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to dive into some of the comments from my recent video, Poor Man's 22B. That video was an update and an overview video of my 1998 RS Coupe that I swapped with a 2004 WRX engine. Thanks so much for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. My name's Luke, and you guys are watching the Subaru Only Show.
This is my little Subaru Only shop. It's a DIY Subaru channel. It's a channel where all I do is Subaru builds and race Subaru vehicles in motorsport events. It's a DIY themed channel where I walk you guys through the steps to get your Subarus back on the road and hopefully do a little racing of your own. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it.
Okay guys, let's dive into those comments for the Poor Man's 22B. Let me pull up my YouTube page here. And these are just the comments for that Poor Man's 22B video. And I basically have the comments ordered from newest to oldest, so I'm seeing kind of the newest comments. It looks like no comments in the last 24 hours. But a couple days ago, Chris Francis had a comment, "Glad you're back, really enjoy your show." Thanks Chris, appreciate your feedback, man. Definitely appreciate it, and it feels good to be back. Getting back in the swing of things here. Okay, next comment is from Muscle and Imports. Awesome, man, had a question. If you change the bumper to the nicer RS style bumper, will it fit or you have to cut the bumper beam? I have an Impreza L with the same bumper, but I don't know if it just bolts on. Any help is appreciated, thanks. Okay guys, that's a really good question. I'll bet a lot of you guys out there have the same question. Here's my understanding. Basically, if you guys are gonna end up buying a JDM style WRX or STI bumper for a GC8, which is what we're talking about here for these first gen Imprezas, then you're definitely gonna need to pick up that JDM bumper beam. But if you pick up that JDM bumper beam, and they're actually not that expensive, I think they're only about 90 or 100 bucks. If you get that bumper beam is actually a lot lighter than the USDM bumper beam. I'm pretty sure they're about 35 or 40 pounds lighter. So if you go ahead and swap that front bumper beam for the JDM bumper beam, you'll drop 30 pounds or 40 pounds off the front end of your car, which is a great place to drop it. But be aware, you're also gonna lose some of that crash protection and some of that safety that the heavier USDM bumper beam provided. Now, if you get the later style USDM RS bumper, which didn't actually come in 1998. 1998 was that first year of the USDM RS, and that's what my bumper is. It's an original RS, and it doesn't come with that later style RS bumper that has the big round fog lights, which is that classic look for that WRC style Subaru Impreza. I believe 1999 was the first year that the USDM models had that RS style bumper. So the bumper beam that goes with that bumper is actually going to be a heavier bumper beam than the JDM one, and it's going to work with that later style RS bumper. So to answer your guys' question, yes, you're definitely going to have to cut that stock bumper beam if you're going to replace that L style bumper with a later style RS bumper. But just remember, if you cut that bumper beam, it's definitely not going to be as safe as it was from the factory. However, I'll also mention that the JDM bumper beams, and I've used them, are actually paper thin, and those suckers don't provide any safety whatsoever either. So if you're really worried about safety when you're thinking about cutting up that USDM bumper beam, you definitely want to think twice about using a JDM bumper beam. And I've certainly used JDM bumper beams. As a matter of fact, like I said, they actually drop about 35 or 40 pounds off the front of your car, which is a great place to drop weight off of these GC bodies. And if you actually replace the rear bumper beam, you can drop another 35 or 40 pounds off your Impreza. And that way you can actually drop about 80 pounds off your GC Impreza. And I'll tell you guys, these cars actually weigh about 25 or 2,600 pounds for the earlier model years, or about 2,800 pounds for the later style years. And dropping another 80 pounds off an already light chassis is actually a huge improvement. So that's something I've done with most of my GCs, and it's definitely something that I'm actually gonna be doing with my 98 RS Coupe. Okay guys, and while we're on the subject of upgrading your L style bumper to a later style RS bumper or that JDM WRX or STI style bumper, I'm actually going to pull up a website here called Rally Spec that actually has all these bumpers that are the original factory Subaru bumpers, Subaru part numbers for sale that you guys can use for your upgrades. Check this out, I'll pull it up right now. Okay guys, this is Rally Spec. They're a company here in the US and New Jersey, and they've been around for a long time. They're a great company to use for your GC body cars. And these are actually their GC8 version 6 front bumper conversion kit. I'll go ahead and zoom in on this. So this later style version 5, version 6 bumper has two slots right here. The earlier style bumper, which is the version 4 and earlier style bumper, actually has 3 individual slots right here, and actually has different style turn indicators and smaller turn indicators. So none of these little turn signal indicator lenses are going to work or be interchangeable between the version 4 bumpers and this later style version 5 and 6 bumper. And then of course the fog light covers right here, they're different for these version 5 and 6 bumpers than that earlier style version 4 and earlier bumper. And right here you can see actually the grille. This is actually the grille that people refer to as that facelift grille. So you have the facelift front end on this car. This is that later style grille that protrudes out into the bumper, as you can see right here. And this bumper right here is a later style that they used, that version 5.6 style bumper. And then they also give you the parts list right here. So if you want to look up any of the parts, and this kind of breaks down all the different components you're going to need for the swap. So here's that bumper beam that we've been talking about. This is that JDM bumper beam. I can tell because it's a lot thinner. And I'll tell you, they refer to it as the lightweight bumper beam. That's basically the JDM bumper beam, and it's paper thin, and it's going to provide virtually zero crash protection. But if you're like me, and you're like a lot of the people out there, that's kind of a secondary concern. You still have the engine in front of you, and you still have a lot of other things that will help you if you get in a crash. Okay. So these are actually the fog lamp mounting plates you're going to need. You're going to need 2 of those. This is the bumper cover, and the bumper cover bolts up to that bumper beam. And then you got the little inserts for your turn signals. You have the bracket that holds the fog light cover, or if you just want to leave your fog lights showing all the time, then you don't have to use that fog light cover. So that's basically the exploded view of all the parts you're going to need. And this is actually just a bumper lip that you can get, and all the different mounting clips you're going to need. This is a great little exploded view diagram if you're thinking about doing that conversion, or if you're needing to replace certain parts for your existing RS style bumper. Okay, and then we get down here. Okay, so what we're looking at here is these are the full kits. So for $1,215, you can get the full kit with fog light covers, or for only $1,076, you can get the one with actually fog lights. So the covers cost a little bit more, and that's what that difference in price is. And this is actually the full kit with everything you need. So these 2 line items come with everything you see down here. So if you don't want to spend the full $1,200 or the full $1,076, you can actually kind of piece it together with all the parts down here. And that's like what I've actually done in the past. I've actually done this upgrade several times in the past, and when I did it, you actually used to be able to buy the version 4 style bumpers, which is an earlier style JDM bumpers. And now, when I look at this website, or one of my other favorite websites, which is Flatirons Tuning, shout out to Flatirons Tuning over in Colorado, they used to sell those version 4 bumpers that they had new old stock, saved up in their dealership. They had bought a bunch of them. They were basically just selling those version 4 bumpers until they ran out of them. And I got one of them, and I think around 2016-17 they ran out of them. So what I'm getting at, guys, is that these are actually new old stock components as far as I understand, and I don't think these pieces are still being made. I think there's a lot in circulation still, but eventually all these OEM Subaru manufactured parts are going to run out, and we're going to run out of being able to buy new OEM parts like this. So this is really amazing. And frankly, if you look at these prices, the version 5.6 front bumper, this is actually the front bumper, $206, guys, right now. And that's actually the part number. Now, I don't think that's a Subaru part number. I need to cross-reference that. But this is, I mean, that's an incredible price, $200. Of course, there's going to be some pretty serious shipping for this, but you can probably work that out. Or if you guys live over on the East Coast, you can go ahead and swing by and pick it up. And then, like I was saying earlier, it's even cheaper than I thought. The GC8 version 5.6 lightweight front bumper beam, front bumper reinforcement. This is basically the bumper beam that we've been talking about earlier. It's only $70. And this thing doesn't cost that much to ship because it's so light. So honestly, this is like shipping a fucking poster rolled up in a tube. So $70 for that. And then you get the bumper inserts here, right and left, and all the different components right here that you can kind of add up. I've never actually taken the time to add up all these parts and see if they add up to this, but maybe there's a little bit of a discount if you buy the whole kit. And then let's see, the technical facts, I'm not even sure what's here. Complete JDM STI version 6 front bumper conversion, individual part listing. This front bumper cover is the same as the USDM 2.5 RS from 99 to 01. So that's what I was saying. The US domestic model RS actually started in 1998, but the 1998 model didn't actually have this cool front bumper. The 1998 model was the only one that had the old style bumper on it, which kind of makes the 1998 this unique year. It was like a one-off year for the body style. I'll be honest, guys, any collector car that becomes a valued collector car, any car that becomes like kind of a collector car or sought-after car, if there's a one-off model year, those usually become more valuable. So just keep that in mind. So they're saying here it's the same as a US domestic model 2.5 RS from 99 to 01, but the bumper reinforcement, the fog lamp covers, and the fog lip spoiler are JDM specific. Oh, okay. What they're saying there is you're definitely not getting that safer, heavier USDM bumper beam. And then they go on and say the kit can be purchased with or without the fog light covers. There's also a bumper cover and a lip spoiler are supplied unpainted. The fog lamp covers are factory painted and have decals applied. No shit, I didn't know. That's awesome. So you'll probably have to let them know what color you want those are, but that's factory painted with decals applied. That's legit. That's right here, these fog light covers, the STI and the Subaru Technica. Those are going to be on these fog light covers when you buy them. White covers are supplied with complete kit unless you request otherwise. Bumper beam is lightweight and designed for racing use only. That's basically saying this is not safe and we can't sell this for use on, public highways, which is what I basically was talking about already when I was talking about this thing not being, roadworthy for crash test standards. Availability of some parts may be limited. Delivery times vary greatly. What's related items? Let's see what that is. Oh, they have an aluminum hood as well. Jesus, that's awesome. They have the GC8 rear bumper. So this is actually that same bumper cover, and they probably have the bumper beam there. And then the front grille. This is that facelift front grille, the later style front grille. Let's see how much these are. $189. Brand new old stock front grille. Genuine Subaru front grille, JDM STI version 5.6, direct fitment USD, unpainted and without emblem. Okay, that's basically a great price. You're not gonna find them any cheaper anywhere else on the planet, pretty much. But you can find them on eBay painted, and sometimes you find them with the insert as well for about $200, $220. So you're gonna have to have this one painted, but you're gonna have a brand new old stock part. And honestly, like I said, these are gonna be running out of stock at some point. And then we have the bumper cover here with exploded view. So there you guys go. This is actually the exploded view for the rear bumper cover now. So now you have both. You go back earlier in the video and have the front bumper cover exploded view and the rear bumper cover here. You actually see that lightweight bumper beam. And like I said, this is another 35 or 40 pounds for a total of 80 pounds or so you could drop off of your GC body. Here's a rear bumper cover and all the different components you'll need for it. And this is kind of a close-up view of it. So you can see it's a little bit different. Those are called the rear spats, I believe, WRX. So this is kind of the original WRX emblem that came on these GCs. Without getting into the details here, Rally Spec has been around for over 20 years, and I know that they're knee deep into motorsports. They're definitely all in on motorsports, and that's kind of where the roots are. Give them a call here. Like I said, they're here in West Berlin, New Jersey. But thanks for that question, guys. That was a great question, and I'll bet it's a question a lot of you guys are gonna run into at some point. Okay, next question from Dave Park. WTF? This video has been out for 2 weeks and I never came up. If you ever come to New Zealand and visit me, I'll show you an amazing place here with my version 8 Rex and give you a blue Subaru hat signed by Posselborn to take home. Dude, thanks, man. That's awesome. Love the feedback. Love the positive vibes, man. Love the invite. If I'm ever out there, I'll definitely hit you up. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, bro. And I'll keep you in mind. Okay, and any further than that, looks like I've already replied to those comments. So thanks so much for the comments, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope answering these comments and kind of diving into this one gave you guys out there a little bit more insight about what kind of bumper options, what kind of bumper beams you might need if any of you guys out there are planning to swap that stock L-style bumper. Okay guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to make a quick one where I responded to some of my recent comments for that video, the Poor Man's 22B. If you guys have any more comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section. For now, I'm gonna wrap it up there for today, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the video. My name's Luke, and you guys are watching The Subaru Only Show. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. As you guys know, I'm a diehard Subaru enthusiast, and I've also had the opportunity to be involved in motorsports for over 2 decades now. But I'm also a professional hydrogeologist, and I've actually spent years in laboratories performing experiments where I studied the flow of fluids using the properties of physics and fluid mechanics. In these YouTube videos, I'm actually able to combine my experience from the laboratories and all the research I've done with my experience from all the motorsport series I've been involved in and my passion for Subarus. If you have any professional inquiries about Subaru-related R&D or digital marketing and media, you can contact me at subaruonlyshop@gmail.com. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope to hear from you soon.